Yeah, how to control the internal media, how to make use of the internal media, how to utilize the internal media to make effective communications to the employees of the organization. Different actions, right? Different activities are being suggested as to how you can control and manage the internal media for this purpose by sending the newsletters. Some organizations have this regular practice. They send the newsletters, house journals, circulars, notices, right, through the internal media only. This internal media could be anything from the conventional notice board to emails, WhatsApp group messages, or whatever, a Facebook page, or even in big national and international, this one, even hashtags in Twitter or Instagram. Probably you're aware of these all latest media, but confined to the employees. Then normally, while utilizing the internal media for employee communication, some common tool or you can say gateway or ID kind of thing will be used. I give the example of common official ID given to all the JNNC teaching staff, and we have to transact, we have to correspond any official information or message, any note, any proposal, etc. Only through this. We are not supposed to use our personal Gmail account. If we are using email, we have to use only institutional email ID only, so that the data could be uh, protected, privacy could be protected, confidentiality could be maintained, and access to outsiders, those who are not related, those who are not employees, can be ensured. Then there are also issues of archiving or storing the data probably in a common server or in a cloud or whatever, especially in these electronic media platforms, and how to share, to whom it is open, who have got open access, who have got restricted access, who are barred from accessing these. All those things will also be worked out and monitored by the organization. Then conference calls, right, with multiple people at different points or locations. Then the Zoom meeting we are now using, or there are other apps also to conduct off-site remote meetings also. And there might be some dedicated phone lines, especially phone lines which you can access to inquire. For example, if it is for admission inquiry, there will be separate thing. If it is accounts related, a separate this thing. If it is about results, examination related, there will be a separate dedicated phone lines uh, through which the employees can, or the students or the teachers, depending upon the organization type, can access the information from the management. Our management sends out the information to the concerned employees or sections of the employees. And most of the routine information is routed to, I told you, the dashboard available on all these tech platforms. There might be news scrolls also continuously coming. If you visit the NNC website, you will see what are the new things they have posted, what is being continued in a scroll, right? Keeps moving from right to left. You have seen all these things. So dashboard are even in a DHI, you have seen a lot of things are routine things are posted. It is like a notice board only electronic form, electronic platform. Dashboard is nothing but a notice board. So where you put up these things depending upon their target and the importance. So this is how you manage and control the internal media used for employee communication. This is what we had discussed with the last class. 9 students are there now. Very good number who have joined of late. JZ46, who is JZ46?
Sir,
Kavya,
Rachana, sir.
Rachina. How come I keep on forgetting your USN? Hmm. Pooja Gowda is there. Okay, sometimes she has made it. Okay, Aishwarya Jain is there. Chaitra is there.
Yes, sir.
Anugna, Pooja, Bhavya, Yubi, Rachna. Yeah, Pooja is. And this one who is JN28, Pratibha. Okay, fine. But some are really lost. I don't know. No, you may have to trace them. Like Nitin, Halesh, Judith, then Srikuti, then the lost. As of now, we have very small percentage of HR students. If people also miss out, then how to do? So try to trace them, okay, using your contacts. Tell them about the test and the changes, etc., etc. Okay. Now, what is being sent out? What is the yeah? What is being sent out? What is being communicated? Right? What is the mode or the type or what are their merits and demerits of the respective inputs that are being sent out to employees as part of the communication? What is the different modes of the internal media they use? That is, see, there is a big list. I think this is a incomplete list. There could be several other modes and types of the messages and the media being employed by the organization, by the management. Leaflets, very common thing. The organization sends out the leaflets, informative brochures, leaflets, handouts we call, right, pamphlets to all the employees. It is common. For example, there is a program, they send out all this. If there is a thing, they send out all these things. Then booklets, for example, the HR manual, the service manual, kind of booklets or the handbook or the prospectus, other things. They might be in form of books. Catalogs, especially in respect of products, right, with their specifications, with their diagrams, pictures, so that the employees would be able to uh, present these products and their specifications, prices, etc., to the prospective customers. You know, all these representatives, sales representatives would be having the catalogs of their company products whenever they approach, whenever they call on the customers, right? They display these catalogs, they hand out these catalogs for their reference. So if you go to any shopkeeper these days, probably will be able to show the catalogs. This is what we have received from the company. So these are the products, these are the models, these are the types, these are the MRP, this is the discount available. If you go to a car showroom, they will give you a big catalog of all the different models of cars now being offered, their prices, their mileage, specifications, features, etc. So catalogs are the documents containing mainly, essentially, the organization's product-related information, price-related information, availability of the platform or the forum-related information, which the employees can use while discharging their duties, especially in marketing, business development, sales force of the organization. Then envelope enclosures sometimes some information might be kind of confidential, personalized, customized information may be sent in the sealed or tagged envelopes. It might be specific to certain employees. It might not be for all others to know. It could be with regard to their service conditions, disciplinary actions, grievances, complaints, etc. That is also being used. Posters and billboards, you know, the advertisements, the hoardings, the posters we put up, for example, the college puts up its admission posters, the college puts up its billboard on whatever you have organized the Uttana program or the international conference program, informing all the employees, all the stakeholders about the proposed actions, or plans, activities, events, etc., etc., within the organization. Then bulletin boards, information track. Not normally the notice boards in conventional organizations. It's called notice board. In case of these new age corporates, they are called bulletin boards, where these printed bulletins, notices, etc., circulars may be pinned or posted on these bulletin boards. So employees going around this, wherever in their circulating area, in their common area, might be in canteen or in their employee union office, etc., etc. These things will be posted. For example, if you are staying in a hostel, anything related with the hostel bills or admissions or rules, regulations, changes, menu, etc. Everything would be posted on that notice board. That is called bulletin board. It is for the information of the employees about the shift timings, about the activities, about the events, about their department achievements, activities, etc. Anything can be posted on this. Then message displays probably these are both electronic and non-electronic modes where key messages would be uh, there in some electronic message boards. If you have visited some, even some colleges, probably you will see welcome to so and so college, the names of different people, right, from principal, the different sections, their availability, their building details, where they are available, which premises, building 1, building 2, building 3, etc., etc., and some important news, etc., they might be displayed either in a color scroll or in form of a display. If you have visited some banks and all, there might be some electronic boards where the interest rates, new products, new schemes, etc., changes, etc., might have been completely regularly displayed, right? That is, message displays might be both in electronic form or in non-electronic form. Then electronic media is now being extensively used. Many have what is called the intranet or the local area network within the organization. So this everything is sent out to the employees. We keep receiving. Even today, we received a couple of messages from mates from the principal of the college office. Uh, they are there for the. For example, we too have used this Google Classroom to send these notes material. Okay. So these are some of the different modes in which the organization can communicate with their employees by using different. This is only an indicative list, depending on the organizational circumstances or situations. Different forms might be used to communicate with the you. What we are required to know is that the organization or the management will have to choose an appropriate mode and the appropriate timing, etc. Depending upon the content, the urgency, the importance, or significance of the target group, etc. etc. For example, if you are required to send some information to our CMS employees, group D employees, you cannot send through WhatsApp because they might not be having the smartphones to receive all this. You know, to send a printed circular. You have to take this to their supervisor, send this to their supervisor, who in turn will explain to them. You might have to put this in a vernacular language. It might not be in English. They might not know English. So you might have to put this in your local language or Kannada language. So there is no one uniform standardized mode method to communicate with the employees. It all depends upon the occasion, right? Situation, the target group of employees, the nature of the information, its urgency, its importance, etc. Based on this, probably the HR department or the PR department will be able to identify the appropriate mode and use that mode to communicate with the employee so that the right information reaches the right people at the right time. That should be the basic idea behind the employee, any one of the, because we know probably you will be seeing the details in your post material supplied. Each one of these has its own merits and demerits. They are useful in certain occasions, might not be useful in some other occasions. They might be useful for certain situations, for certain type of employees, might not be so for other situations, other employees. So there is a kind of judgmental requirement here. The management will have to apprise, right, examine, and choose the right medium or media if you are using multiple media. So that's about occasional and special media. So, and the last part of this unit, that is rules of effective employee relations. You are required to know as AR or HR professional, you are required to know these things as to be effective, to make your communication effective so that it contributes to better employee relations. That's the basic thing is to communicate. If you don't communicate, you cannot expect to have good relations with your employees. So you should engage them in conversation. You should keep communicating with them continuously, regularly. Right? You cannot just leave them aside or apart. But there should be a constant engagement of the employees. And communication is a very good thing. And the PR department, which handles this employee communication, should be aware of these rules to make their communication effective, right? Objective oriented. What are those things? Some of the rules have been listed here. The employees must be told first. So, now it is not that you tell the entire world except the employees about some changes in their service conditions. Right? If it matters to them, it is a matter of interest to them, it is a matter of importance to them. It is going to affect their service, their welfare, their safety, their security, their salaries, their wages, etc. You have to tell the employees first. It is not like you must conduct a press meet and inform all the press people, all the newspapers, etc., all the TV channels. Then you are going to send a mail to the employees. No, you should first tell the employees if it matters to them, if it is related to them. Then you can tell others. You should not expect the employees to right, go to that particular channel or particular newspaper and get the details. No, that should never be done. It will be very, very counterproductive. If it matters to the employees, for example, if there is there is a change in the shift timings, don't give an interview to a TV channel about the proposed shift change and expect your employees to uh, watch that interview and then get to know about the changes in the shift timings from tomorrow. No, that should not be done. First tell the employees. Then if you think it is required to be told to the entire world, then hold a press conference, issue a press release, give an interview. That first, so this is a very important thing. The employees must be told. For example, I told you there is a change in the question paper pattern. I expect you to know this information from a TV channel or a newspaper tomorrow. That would be a worst thing I can do, or at the college I can do. I should tell you the first thing. I cannot expect you to know about the changes in the question paper pattern or online tests and any other channel. You should hear from me first, right? Or I should tell you this thing first. That should be in mind. Tell the bad news along with the good. You might be having occasionally some not so good news, right? Might not be very, very welcome news. You might be telling that we are going to stop the payment of dearness allowance for next half year, next 1 year. That might not be a very good news, welcome news for the employees. For example, today is a wage day, or yesterday is the salary day. Many organizations have been telling that they are not able to pay the salary for the month of April. That's a bad news. You will have to communicate. You don't have any other. As a PR, as a HR person, you will have to tell them that we are not able. But how do you tell this bad news? Right? Tell this along with good news. If not good, at least give them the idea about the situation, the difficult situation you are passing through, the difficult financial condition you are passing through. Take them into confidence. Tell them, please stand with us. This is only a temporary case. Probably this month you are not able. Or probably as soon as our financial conditions, our cash flows improve, probably you'll be able to pay by 10th of this month, if not on the first. That is today. You'll be able to pay on 10th. You'll be able to pay on 15th. You might not be able to pay 100%. You might be able to pay only 50% of the salary. So whenever you are required to communicate some bad news to your employees, tell this along with, if any, good news, or at least realistic situation, then spell out the bad news. Don't just say as soon as no salary for this month, thank you. That is not the way to communicate with you. It's very difficult, right? frustrated, disappointed, agitated, right? And your whole communication thing will fall flat on its face. It would be counterproductive. It will not be effective. So whenever there is something not so good, try to package this properly. Then ensure timeliness. Okay. Timeliness, right? When you have to send the communication, see this time. See this urgency, right? Whether the employees required to give you the example of the time required for the employees to get prepared for anything new, any changes are there. So give them sufficient time. They might not, for example, from tomorrow morning, the class timings will be suddenly class timings will be from 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like very difficult. You may have to tell your parents or your mom to prepare the breakfast. You may have to catch hold of the bus. You don't know its timings now. If there are no college buses. So there might be a lot of things to get prepared for anything new. So whenever you are sending some information, time it properly. If it is not so urgent, you may send it leisurely. But if there is something very urgent, you have to tell them immediately. You have to use appropriate mode or electronic mode so that information reaches quickly. For example, if I have got a class to, I have to inform you at least. Otherwise, you would have got some other engagements. You would have fixed some other engagements. Okay. So I have to inform you in advance. Only then I can expect the students to come to the class. Otherwise, if I tell 1 minute before this class, whereas this class at 12 o'clock, if I send you information at 12:15, 11:59, probably many of you would not have seen the message also. You might have been engaged thinking that there would be no class. So timeliness is very important in sending the communication. The employees must be informed of the subjects they consider important. This is very important. All things might not be important for all the employees, but there are certain things which are definitely important to different employees or all the employees. It might be their security, well-being, safety, service, transfers, promotions, right? Other responsibilities, etc., etc. So these are some of the things which are very important. You should always ensure that any information, any decision, any action by the management goes to them. If it is something totally different for them, for example, if there is a board meeting down this week, and you might not be required to inform them. That is not, right? Some foreign delegation is coming to visit your organization, you want to meet with your board. That might not be of any importance to the employees. So you can skip informing this. You can later inform them that also had come and we had a discussion with that Japanese delegation or Australian delegation. So what is important to them identify, and if it matters to them or if you think it is related to them, you have to communicate to the employees. Not ignore or should not miss this opportunity. And use the media that the employee does. All employees might not be conversant with all type of media. For example, I told you about CMS. If you send, you ask them to come to a Google cloud meeting and we are going to give some information about how to clean your garden and water the plants. No, that is not the way. They are not conversant with this. So you have to identify the media which the target employees or section of the employees are comfortable with, trust, or used to. You should use that. They are good at reading in a printed form. So send a circular, either through their circular or their section officer, and advise him to share this or use that language in which they are conversant. They can easily understand. For example, we have been appointing ASHA activists for this pandemic survey and all. You have to tell them in Kannada, you have to tell them in printed form. They are not so read, not so well read. They might not be able to understand the whole thing associated with this entire management of the pandemic. So you have to give them proper inputs to the proper media, which they trust, which they are comfortable in using or following, right? They are conversant, then you give out the communication. So these are some of the rules with respect to the content, nature, timeliness, the type of media you have to use to make your communication effective. So that's all we have got for this unit, and there ends this unit 3, that is employee communication. Hope we are able to follow this. So 10 students are there. Who has joined of late with the latest edition?
Sir.
Hmm? Aishwarya, Kavya, UP, Pooja Gowda, Rachana, Kavya, SG, Chaitra, Sonia, Pooja, Trupti, and Pratibha, Anyapuna. Right. Thank you all. Time is running out. Okay. So we have completed 3 units in PR. We'll be taking up unit 4 in the next class. And stop sharing this one. So thanks for attending in spite of it being a holiday. So make the best out of this. Probably from Monday we will be operating from campus. Probably we will be allowed to go to college. I don't know. It is yet to be finalized. Anyway, these classes will continue. So take care. Keep attending all the classes. Keep attending to your academic activities. So thank you all. I am ending this meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kavya.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia.
Sir, interview.
Anything else? Anything you wanted to ask? No.
Sir, for tomorrow, which other lessons do we have, sir?
Which class?
For internal.
2 units.
For
First
for
2
internal.
first 2 units. Unit 1 and Unit
Okay,
2.
sir.
Only, and there will be only 3 questions, and all questions will be compulsory. Okay, that's what I was telling at the beginning of this class. There will not be any choice.
Okay.
Okay, it is for 50 marks
Okay.
for 90 minutes. Question paper will come to you through WhatsApp group, and you will have to mail your scanned answer scripts to a new email ID I would be giving in the question paper. Okay. Along with instructions, I will be giving you the email ID. It is a new email ID created exclusively for the test. Okay. Then.
Okay,
If anything else, you will communicate with this group. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then take care. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.